company was founded, I guess, by a fluke of timing. I was shopping in London on a Friday and a Saturday at Oxford Street. I saw the Gensers shopping for that night. Looking at the sheer consumerism that I saw in Oxford Street, the sheer numbers of people buying, and then flying into Kenya, going to Toy Market and seeing these huge piles of clothes, which, to be fair, at first excited me. But as I moved further and further back, I suddenly had this, like, what I call a Damascus moment. Like, when I realized this, like, hold on a second, worn, discarded, worn, discarded. It really struck me that this was completely unsustainable. I thought, something has to change.
One cannot even imagine how bad the waste situation is in the world. Fast fashion has a linear business model. We at Converte have created a circular business model. That alone, for an investor and for a consumer, is the best way forward in terms of any product development.
Deconstructing the linear fast fashion model and having a look at what were the strengths of fast fashion. It democratized it. It was affordable. I don't want to lose that. Here's Ben Sherman and Ralph Lauren together with, something made in China. It all equalizes out. We all get back into, and then we can start again. What we need to do now is look at the issue of the waste, engage with the waste actively, dynamically. A shirt is a shirt until it no longer is required as a shirt, and then it's a raw material. It's just not in the format you're used to. We call it change the how. I thought, well, where are we going to find anybody who's going to get as excited as we are about this project and who's prepared to change the production line?
We make bags, accessories, and apparel for international luxury brands, some of the most recognizable brands in the world. Vivienne Westwood, Stella McCartney. It just so happens that when I met Allison, I was looking for something more sustainable to wear, and not only was it difficult to find, but having found it, it was also incredibly expensive. The wonderful thing about what it is that we do at Artisan Fashion is that I would call us socially driven, and the wonderful thing about what Converte offers is an environmental drive. And the combination of the two together is pretty potent. It's really 3 layers of profitability. The first one is environmental profit, which is a lowering of the environmental cost. The next one is social profit, which I would refer to as a growing of social impact, so more jobs on the right terms. And then finally, it's financial profit. So there are 3 layers of profit there, and that's what I'm interested in.
Oh my God, nice to see you, long time.
I opened your bale yesterday, and again, the shirts are amazing, but it always fascinates me behind many of them in there are brand new. Sustainable fashion is really exciting. There's a really exciting, inroads being made to it, but it's generally very expensive for your 13, 14, and 24-year-old. It felt to me that the Gensers who were shopping in Oxford Street had no choice. They've been disempowered. So you can buy a bandeau from a fast fashion brand, or for the same price, you can buy a bandeau from Converte that is made from an upcycled back seam of a man's shirt, and change the world. I am a big fan of Gen Z. All generations are aware of what we're facing, but they are uniquely positioned to change it. They've been marketed to almost from the day they drew their first breath. So I find Gen Z's the least susceptible to greenwashing.
2 different prints.
I know it's a shirt and then a dress, just
and then put together and you bring out this.
It's just
beautiful.
perfect. I know.
Yeah.
They are
Seriously.
acute in understanding the authenticity. They are brand loyal when they believe that the brand is authentic.
We are a startup. Our units are very small, but we want to take it to another level. Our raw material is free. We have waste all over the world. The more access we can have to waste, the more garments